That's the day the fame came. I was forced to church like babes. I was feeling like $100.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Bike Vids. On this special episode of Bike Vids, you're going to hear from ERICA, probably recognized in a few other Bike Vids adventures. Mark and ERICA, part of the Bike Vids community, the Bike Vids cooperative. This is going to be a great two-night trip she takes by herself. For you folks down in maybe a little bit more south in California to us here in Santa Cruz, east of Santa Barbara, she'll walk you through it. Mono Campground, Little Caliente Hot Springs, El Camino Cielo Road. You'll get the whole picture, and what you're gonna love about ERICA is just her just genuine positivity and joy in what we all love to do, taking these trips, to her knowledge of just the area, not just going into things blind. Her knowledge of where she's at and what's around her is, I just think, so great. And 3, she's one of the people that gets me out there, and we all have those friends that we rely on to make sure that we're pushing ourselves to go on new adventures. So I hope you like the episode. So here we go. Let's check it out.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna go on a bike tour by myself.
You expect that we can make, that we can make. That's the day the shame.
And it's been a minute, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit all the things that are here on my bike. And even though I've gone on like lots of bike tours, every time is different because I have a new bike and I have different bags and I have different stuff, and it's a different trip with different weather. So, each time's an adventure. How's it all gonna fit on the bike? Well, I made it to the trailhead. I got this stuff on the bike, although I forgot a crucial thing, the cages for the front racks. So I have them strapped on tight as I could get them. Hopefully they stay on, because now I've driven 4 hours and they have to work. Rack bags did not hold without the racks, so I strapped them onto my handlebar bag. So here we go, down a big huge hill. Should be fun. Well, they're bouncy, but they made it down. Ooh, I shivered the whole night through. Have some coffee. Go hit up the hot springs. Think about buying a new sleeping bag. It's so big. It's so fluffy, and yet I was so cold all night. It is 25 years old though. Probably time to get a new one. This coffee is gonna feel amazing, and the sun on my face is feeling amazing. Warm me up. This is my cute little camp stove setup. It's so simple. It's just this titanium pot, which is also my cup, with a cute little lid. It weighs like nothing. And then this adorable little pocket rocket, which I've had for many, many years and has never failed me. And then the tiniest can of fuel in the lighter. It's so easy. And then I also have my little titanium spoon, long-handled, so I can eat it with my Mountain House breakfast skillet. It's the simplest stuff, and through years of trial and error, I've settled on this setup because I don't have to wash anything. You just boil water, pour it in the envelope, and eat it. That's it. It's so simple. I've seen people try all different stuff, and I've tried all different stuff, and gosh, this thing is just the tiniest, easiest thing. And when I'm going solo, it's the best. My other thing that I always bring, it's probably pretty outdated and old now, but Goal Zero solar panel keeps my phone charged, which is pairs with my safety device, my little Garmin InReach Mini. So I gotta keep my phone charged so I can text my safety people on the outside. But yeah, it's heavy and it's big, but it flat and fits in my little day pack with my Camelback, so for now, it's doing the trick. Well, here's my little pump spot. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh yeah, it does zoom in. Okay, it looks really shallow, but I've actually pumped for much shallower, less flowing water before. It's totally going to be adequate. It's a little stream that crosses a road, but no cars are back here, so it's fine. Well, I'm back at camp. Super successful hot spring run. All these people left right as I arrived. There was like 3 groups, one of like probably a dozen mountain bikers, like other bike packers out here, and then a huge group of backpackers, and then another couple of folks on bikes, and they all left, and I got the hot springs to myself for a minute. It was amazing. There was just a young couple that came up behind me. They were perfectly nice. We gave each other space. Totally felt safe. Yeah, a lovely soak. There was like a hot pool and a cooler pool and a teensy bit of shade to hide in. And the ride up and back the valley was so pretty. I'm so glad that I actually didn't make it up there last night so that I could ride it this morning and see it in the daylight. It was really, really stunning. White sage and yucca and beautiful rock, geological formations, sycamore trees. It was really, really lovely. So glad I went back up there. And now I'm going to pack up my stuff and head up to Little Caliente Hot Springs, so checking them all out. Okay, so I made it to Mono Camp. There was a lot more up and down than I remember, because last time I went on this road I was in my car many years ago when they let cars drive back in here. It's pretty overgrown down in Mono Camp, a little creepy. There is a little stream right here, which is great. Some of the big trees that I remember have burned, it looks like. And then some willows grew up, and it makes it kind of like, you know, a little weird over here. It's supposed to get a little windy tonight, and I don't want to camp under a big dead branch, which is where the tent site in this campground, one of them is. I heard 2 giant branches fall down just now in this campground, so I think I was smart to look out for the widowmakers. So instead, I'm gonna take my stuff down by the river. There's a little open spot where I won't be camped underneath a big dead branch. Well, I just gave it a shot to go see if I could get through up Camusa Road from Lower Camusa to Middle Camusa campgrounds where it had been washed out in the past. And I didn't quite make it there. I made it almost there, and there was a lot of tire tracks, bicycle tire tracks, so it seems like it's open, but it got a little cold and it got a little late, and there was still 3 more miles of pretty tough, hard climbing on a, you know, pretty rugged surface. So I decided hot springs sounded like the plan right now. Well, I'm up here on the saddle. I just pedaled up out of Mono Camp, dropped down this other side, and then climb all the way back up to the ridge. Well, it's been beautiful out here. It's foggy and cool, and last night was relatively warmer. Sleeping bag was adequate. The hot springs are really lovely. Lots more people on this side than I've ever seen. Ended up camping next to, really close to people, where I thought I was going to have complete solitude. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but you know, having people close by ended up being kind of comforting, because the grove of oak trees that I thought had burned, actually I think they were dead from sudden oak death. And while I was in camp, 2 big branches fell down off of an oak tree nearby, and that was pretty startling. So having people nearby ended up being kind of comforting rather than annoying. Well, I'm up on the saddle of Blue Canyon now, and the grade wasn't as bad as I thought. It looked going down. I thought it was going to be really hard to get back up here, but I mean, it wasn't easy. It was hard, but I was hard as it looked when I was fearing.
We know he's not our friend, he's not our foe.
Okay, the second part of that climb was significantly harder. It was a sustained effort punctuated by steep parts where I definitely had to dig deep and yeah, give it all I got. It was hard, but it's beautiful and it's still cool out, which is great. Gosh, February temperatures are the best out here. Just came to the gate, so I'm getting pretty close to the top. Well, I made it back home and it was a successful trip, and I was just having fond memories of the beautiful rivers as I was scrubbing off my bike and getting the mossy river grass out of my spokes. Yeah, so super fun time, super challenging, and now I'm getting ready to pack up and go on a bike packing trip on this next weekend, tomorrow, with my husband and a friend. So really fun to get to have 2 back-to-back bike campouts. Oh my goodness. And my chicken. Chicken, do you have things to say? Is that?
When's our next trip together with Mark and Erica and us out in there? Who knows? But you know what? The second best thing of taking a super fun bike trip is watching other people take these trips and thinking about, hey, when's my next trip gonna be? So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Peace, and we'll see you soon. Go have fun. Bye.